This rant is not about the impersonation or what fake Possum TV has been doing. This rant is about the things that, haters of her are doing to her. I understand that the impersonator of Possum TV made a horrible mistake, but she has apologized for it and she deserves to be forgiven. I cannot tell you how many people I've seen who have just been straight up trash talking her and saying, "Yeah, you better be sorry, just look at what you've done." Do you really think you're being any nicer than the faker by doing that to her? Calling her mean and shaming her for the mistake she made is not making you any better or nicer than her. It's making you seem rude and stubborn. She deserves to be forgiven for her mistake because we all make mistakes. We're humans, we're mortals. It's just a normal thing for us to do. She's not going to stop if she gets hatred and drama added to her life. After all, the thing that caused her to do this was hatred and drama. She was jealous of Possum TV and her channel and her success. That's why she did what she did. And yes, she made an awful mistake and she needs to be properly disciplined for it. But you know what I think? The people holding grudges and saying, "Oh, you're so terrible, why would you do that? And you better be sorry, I'm not forgiving you, you deserve to be disrespected, go kill yourself," also need to be properly disciplined. Holding grudges is not okay. Yes, scolding someone is a proper discipline for their actions depending on what they did. It could be a proper discipline for impersonation. However, what people are doing here is the exact opposite of scolding. There's a difference between scolding someone and holding grudges against them. Scolding is when you yell at them, but this is the internet. Let their parents do that instead. Holding a grudge is literally not forgiving someone and telling them, "Yeah, you better be sorry," and telling them that you're not going to forgive them and that they need to be disrespected for what they did. In my rightful opinion, that is exactly what holding a grudge is. You are allowed to scold someone for a mistake they made, but it's not going to work when it's just over the internet. Now yes, people are actually scolding her over the internet, but that's not going to help anything. Besides, scolding is not the only discipline. In my opinion, giving someone a discipline when they're not your child or someone you know is very wrong. So leave that to her parents or a sibling or a relative or just someone she knows. Instead of spreading the drama and hatred, maybe we should actually try to help the fake possum. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Even if someone does illegal, like even a murder, they should still be given the love and support that they need. I don't care if they have food, water, oxygen, shelter, toilet paper, a roof over their heads, or any of that. They're not getting the love and support they need to prevent them from doing things like this. When a grudge is held against someone, it tells them you're not good enough, that you made a terrible mistake. You're not good enough for this world. You need to kill yourself. And it makes them feel really worthless. And don't just think, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I've heard this stuff before. But I don't care because she was mean and making people feel worthless too. Well, you know why she was doing that. Because people were holding grudges against her. And she was not being given the love and support she needed. By giving someone help and support even after a mistake they made, that'll help them remember, hey, it was just a mistake, and we all make mistakes. If someone is given the help and love and support that they need, they'll know that they're not alone, and they don't have to feel trapped and insecure. Because a lot of bullies just bully because they're insecure about themselves. If we hold grudges against them, we'll make them feel more insecure, therefore making them bullying even more and spreading the bullying. And imagine, all that because people held grudges against that one single bully for a mistake they made. Of course, if someone is behind bars for like a murder or a shooting or something, of course you want to avoid them for a little bit, and that's completely understandable. They did something that could be dangerous to you and your health. And yes, it is right for them to be jailed because they did something absolutely horrible and illegal. But that does not mean that they need to be hated for it, that they need to be given drama. It is right to give them love and support, because then they'll know that they're worth it. Then they won't do stuff like this again. When you give someone love, help, and support, they will know that things can be very good for them in life, and that life is definitely worth living, and that they can offer so much more to this world. If you give fake Possum TV the love and support she needs, she won't do things like this again. I mean, for all the nice people out there who are really against bullying and cyberbullying and impersonation and kidnappings, murders, drugs, alcohol, things like that, like me, well, I mean, just think about it. Have people ever held a grudge against you? And if so, how did that make you feel? Did it make you feel insecure or trapped or worthless or uncomfortable or sad or mad. At least one of those, I'm pretty sure. And did it make you want to just fire back and make those people feel worthless about themselves too? Maybe. And that's what I mean. When you hold grudges against someone, it makes them feel really worthless. And it makes them feel like, why am I living? Why was I created? I don't belong here. And they can grow depression and suicidal thoughts. So it is important not to hold grudges against people, even if they do something terribly wrong like impersonation or something worse like kidnapping or murder. If you give them love, help, and support, then they won't do anything like this again. They'll know that life is worth living and that they can offer so much more to this world. And they will know that life is way better when you don't do the wrong things. But when they're given drama and hatred, it makes them feel better about themselves to just bully people and make them feel their pain. That's a huge reason why bullying and cyberbullying exists, which means that holding grudges against people is a huge contribute to it. In my opinion, when people hold grudges against others, I honestly consider them bullying supporters. And the sad thing is, a lot of people do that and don't even realize it. I used to hold grudges against people all the time, and I thought I was doing the right thing. But now I see that I was wrong. And it's okay to be wrong. You're always going to be wrong sometimes in your life. That made no sense. I said always and sometimes. What I meant by that was, sometimes you're going to be wrong in life. There's always going to be a time when you are wrong. And there's always going to be a time when you are right. It just depends. It depends on the logic of your argument and, what you're doing, what you're arguing for, things like that. So it's okay to be wrong. And it's okay to make mistakes, but people do not deserve to be shamed for their flaws and mistakes that they have made. Because, trust me, no one's perfect. Think about the last time you made an awful mistake and everyone treated you like a saint for it, like a perfect little angel. Guys, if you ever have children or you have younger siblings, when they make mistakes, don't treat them like a perfect little angel. But don't just never forgive them for it either. It's like, let's say someone stole your ice cream cone from you and 5 years later you still haven't forgiven them. I fear that that's what's going to happen when people hold grudges. And you see, how this happens is when children or teens or just youth in general do the wrong thing and they don't get properly disciplined for it. So they think, oh, I'm a perfect little angel. I'm a saint. I can do whatever I want. I haven't made any mistakes in my life. This is all good. This is all fine. And then when someone makes a mistake in front of them, they go ballistic and they shame them for that mistake and hold grudges against them. After getting so used to this, they eventually become a bully and they hold grudges against people all the time. This is a usual way of how people hold grudges against people. And so it's important to know when you're a parent or you're an older sibling of somebody or you're looking out for someone, it's important for you to know that if they make a mistake, they should be properly disciplined for it. This could include scolding, but not like, oh, you better be sorry, I will never forgive you, because that's holding a grudge. It can be quite difficult to explain the difference between scolding and holding a grudge. And it can be quite difficult to explain what the difference between properly disciplining someone and, holding a grudge is. It can be hard to know the difference, but you'll learn it once you get older and more mature. Trust me. And it'll be easy to tell from then on. So just remember, you have to give someone a proper discipline for their actions. And if you can't, just don't. Let the people who can deal with it. And I think it's really good that PAWESOMETV, the fake one, learned from her mistakes without someone assisting her. She did it all on her own, and she recognized, hey, I'm hurting people. This is not right, and it's not making it better. So then she gives PAWESOMETV a long, heartfelt apology, and then gets shamed for it. How do you think that makes her feel? It's right to spread the love. If you give someone help and support, then once again, they won't do bad things like this. Of course, they're still going to make mistakes, but they shouldn't be as severe. So please, spread the love and support. Let the fake Possum TV know, and anyone who makes mistakes, so basically all living creatures, know that they are worth it. That life is worth it, and it's worth living, and that they can offer so much to this world. Please, spread the love and support. I don't care how severe or traumatic or bad someone's mistake is. You have to spread the love, not the hate. If you spread the hate, it's just going to add more trauma to their life, thus making them add more drama to others' lives. So you see, bullying, cyberbullying, holding grudges, it's all this big cycle, but it's not in any way in order. No grudges leads to bullying, bullying leads to grudges, I meant to say grudges, not no grudges, but you see, it's all a big cycle. And holding grudges is a huge contribute to cyberbullying and bullying. So please stop holding grudges. And whenever someone makes a mistake, if it's something like severe, like illegal, of course, you have the right to feel unsafe around them. But that doesn't mean you should just hate them. After a little while, you should come back to them and tell them, hey, it's okay. You made a mistake and now it's over. That's just the right thing to do. So please, think before you speak.